this is your homework, all right? And we did some, like in any class, we did some class in others and not in others. But we did this last question though. Remember, remainders is really important. They had $13 remaining after they bought the ring. So it's important to know. Eventually I have one of these on the test. And this one here, we'll start from back, right? You do Pythagorean theorem. Mine says 15. I think, didn't yours says? Okay. These are, it's a square, so all the sides are the same, 15, 15, 15, okay? And round it to the nearest tenth, so it's 21.2 is the hypotenuse, or the length of the diagonal. So here, same thing, it's 6 and 8, 36 plus 64 equals to 8, the hypotenuse squared, or the diagonal squared. That's 100, and h squared, take the square root, h is 10. So the hypotenuse is 10. Okay, so that should help you on that one. Okay, here, let's go to the front so you guys can start from the front. Okay, we did this one here in some classes and not in others, but by now though, it's $50 setup fee, 4 cents. Here's the error most of the time. This is 4 cents. Students just put 4x, but this says cent, so it's 4 cents, like that. And the other one for neat, it's 9 cents, so it's 9 like this. 9x per means times the number of beads. So x number of beads, okay? So B, most class I did this, so we set it up and we know. So here we solved it and we got 20 books for Ashley. So Ash, you need to write Ashley read 20 books. And Sophia read 20 more, 15 more, see? So 20 plus 15 is 35. Sophia, I have a niece named Sophie, so Sophia read 35 books. So that's your answer there. Okay. Most class we did this already. I think every single class. So we can use slope intercept. Okay. Most class we did this, and because I put it, should be BC then right here, but I didn't. So some class I said not to do B. But you can find it, it's the same answer, right? So if you don't know how to do this, so A is 8 squared plus 15 squared equals to the hypotenuse. Remember that the C is called hypotenuse squared. 64 plus 225 equals to h squared. So you get 289 equals to hypotenuse squared. Take the square root, the hypotenuse is 17. Okay. And then if you need to, this is the same thing here. Some class we answered it. Okay, and then we did all this in a class. And I believe we did this in most classes. So, yeah, we did this in most classes here. Now, some class we didn't do BD. BD, I'll use a black one right here. BD is right there, B to D. So the best way to use BD is right there. A is 3, B is 4. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We can do that because there's 90 degrees right here. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals to the diagonal squared, or what we call hypotenuse. Okay, diagonal hypotenuse, 9, not 6, plus 16 equals to the diagonal squared. Let's put hypotenuse, because I need you to remember that is, this line is called the hypotenuse. 25 equals the hypotenuse squared. Take the square root. square root of 25, the hypotenuse, or BD, is 5. Okay, so we did PR, P to R right here. You need to count. I'll use another color. Remember, each 2 represent 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. A squared plus b squared equals to the hypotenuse squared. 6 squared plus 4 squared equals to the diagonal squared, or hypotenuse. 36 plus 16, 52. Take the square root of 52, use your calculator, and give me what PR is, okay? This is the calculator. Oh, 4A, look, somehow it got to my desk. We found calculator 4A. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, square root of 52 equals to, clear. Square root of 52 is 7.21, so the nearest 10 is 7.2. Okay, determine diagonal of QR. I think we did this in every class. If not, Q to R is right here. Okay, so ignore all of it. Notice I'm trying to have you ignore. How do we get to Q to R? There's 2 ways. Using the grid. Going down and then going right. It'll be the same 1, 2, 3, 4 and over 2. Or you can go Q to R. You can do Q sideways, 2 down to R. So point here, so 2, 4 also, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same, right? So A squared, 90 degrees right here, plus B squared equals to hypotenuse squared, which is QR. QR is the hypotenuse here. 2 squared plus 4 squared, that's 4 plus 16. That's 20 equals to hypotenuse squared. Take the square root. Square root of 20 is 4.5. Make sure. It's 4.47, so a 7 turns that 4 to a 5 is the length of QR. Okay, back side, same thing. Okay, notice what I did here. Y, okay, Y to W to Y. So you can go this way. Oh, that's not quite yet. One more, go down. Connecting them using the grid that's there to find this distance here. So you can count 1, 1, 2, 1, oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is also 5. So either way you see it, they're both 5s, right? So 8 is 5 squared plus 5 squared equals to the WY squared. If you're going to use WY, make sure you put the square root, or you can use H for hypotenuse or D for diagonal. 25 plus 25 is 50. So the hypotenuse squared, take the square root, is probably 7 times 7 is 49, so it's probably 7.1, right? Yep, 7.07. So 7.07, that's a 7, so this increased to a 1. So WY is 7.1. Find the length of X and Z. So you need to go, okay, X and Z, this point to this point, using the grid that's given. You need to decide how to get there. I go down there and then take a turn there to get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, same. Okay, x, y is the same as xz, same is the same as wy. Z is equal to 7.1. Okay, now the length of GM. Okay, ignore everything, but just how do you get from G to M? Okay, how do I get there? I can, using these grids, how do I get to G? There's two ways, going down and then turning left to get there, or from G, go right, and then go down. Both ways is the same. If you count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, a squared plus b squared equals 2. The hypotenuse squared, or GM squared. 4 squared plus 8 squared equals 2. Hypotenuse squared, or diagonal squared, whatever you want to call it. You get 80 equals h squared. Okay, 9 times 9 is 81, so close to 81, close to 9, so 8.9 is probably the hypotenuse or the length of GM. Round to the nearest tenth. Okay, BK. B to K, how to get there? There's two ways. You can go up, K, there, and go down. Sideways, that's 2. That's 4, finding the distance of B. And the other way is going down sideways, same thing, 4, 2, right? So a squared plus b squared equals 2. C squared. Okay, so 4 squared plus 2 squared equals 2. Hypotenuse squared. 16 plus 4 is 20. Oh my, that's the same answer as the other one. The square root of 20 is 4.5. BK is the length of BK. Units, right? And then, yep, and this is the back side. That should be it. Hopefully that helps you guys.